Hi, Marquita. Thank you so much for joining me here today and being our special guest. Just for everybody to know, Marquita Carlos is one of our clients here at Olivia. And I just kind of wanted to interview her to see what her experience is so far working with our virtual assistants. The goal here is that I really wanted to know more about your experience, how your Olivia Pro has helped you and the company so far, and if there are things that we need to improve as well as the company, as a young company. So, your feedback is very important, and you can just be as open and casual, and hopefully we'll just have fun today.
Awesome. I like that.
Amazing.
Thanks
So,
for having me.
absolutely, I'm so grateful that you said yes right away. So.
I'm a yes person. Everything is a yes.
It's a yes day today.
Yes, every day.
Okay. So I guess just kind of fill me in, like, how did you find out about Olivia, and what were the challenges that you were sort of facing at that time that made you decide to look into virtual assistants?
It's funny you asked that because I wasn't looking for a VA. Neither have I really heard anything about virtual assistants. I've been in the home care realm for 12 years and I haven't attended a conference, the HCAOA conference. I had always thought I was beyond that. And I'm like, oh, I already know the pain. And last year in October, I decided, you know what, we're gonna do expansion. Like, we want to get a little bit bigger than we are now. I think we're ready. And so I came to HCAOA because I'm just looking for new things and something to learn. And when I attended the conference, you were there. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool, VAs, but what can they really do? Everything is over the phone. Then I got to teach them how to use the computer. And so I was really not so sure about it. But then when I came home, I looked at your brochures and I looked online and I'm like, that one of the reasons why I couldn't add any more admin team is because, as you know, the wages here and the rates are just so exorbitant. And I said, I just can't justify this type of cost. And
Right.
so when you presented with this, I'm like, how can this be? It's like not even half of what we're paying the other people, right? So then I'm like, how could it hurt? And so I spoke with you, and you actually connected me with Anna Froda, and
Yeah.
she went through everything that you guys are doing, and I'm like, I'll give it a shot. We have 90 days. How much could that cost, right? So the challenges that we were facing was we didn't have enough people in our admin team. We are literally doing everything. Our supervisors were doing everything from supervising to staffing to helping with payroll, helping with recruiting, HR, everything, which is good if you're a small business, not if you're a bigger business. We're medium to large when it comes to the home care realm. And so, we have reached the point of needing help, but then I was so afraid that I'm not going to be able to train them. And so I kept my small team and burned them out. Like, we are so stressed.
Yeah.
And just like there's too much work for everyone. So I said, I think we should just give it a shot. And that's where I came to decide to get a VA from Olivia.
Nice. So I can see you're a risk taker.
Oh, yeah.
You'll try anything at least once, maybe twice.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
At least, yes.
That's good. You're not afraid, because
Yeah.
I'm the same way. That's why I feel so connected with you, I think. I'm also a risk taker. And that's how, Olivia actually started. It's because I don't know if you're aware, but I also have a home care agency. And when I was at that same situation where I needed help, but I'm in that, space where hiring here is too much for the situation. Trying it was, was really one of the biggest decisions I've made in my life, especially in business. And I don't think I'm going to be able to run my home care business any other way. So I'm glad that you saw and that you tried virtual assistants.
Oh, yeah.
And you said, Marquita, you've been in business 12 years?
So Platinum has been around since 2006. I've
Okay.
been with the company since 2013.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
And you're in the medium to large size business. Is that like ballpark over 3,000?
Hours,
Yeah, or
is that
2,000?
a month or per
Weekly?
payroll?
Weekly.
Oh, weekly.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're at about 2,000 to 2,500.
Billable hours. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's huge. That's a lot to maintain,
Yeah.
and a lot of care
Mm-hmm.
providers, clients,
Yep.
and the support that you need to actually run a business
Mm-hmm.
as big as that. Tell me more about like your virtual assistant right now. So you have two, and tell me more about like what they do.
Roxy is my best friend. I'm kidding. So I have three, two in
Oh, three.
training.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I told you. The last time
Wow.
I saw you, I'm gonna get a third right then and there. So I have Roxy. She started in December and she is doing our scheduling. She is just above and beyond every single day. And then Clint is another very, very special one. He's in recruiting. He is 3 weeks away from his full training. And
Nice.
then I have CJ, who's training to be our admin assist.
And I think CJ had experience with being in
She
home care, right?
she did, and that was actually my deciding factor, not because of her experience with home care, but with her experience with Olivia. And I told her on the first day, I don't care what you think you know about home care, throw it all away. Just get rid of everything that you learned from there. I'm gonna teach you how we run Platinum. And I kind of see, sorry, I don't mean to harp on CJ, but we would rather start afresh with her learning home care from us rather
Mm-hmm.
than the baggage that she's carrying with her. The reason why I chose her is because I truly believe in Olivia and the way you guys supervise your people. That's the reason why I actually went with her instead of the other two,
I
because of
see.
Olivia, not her home care experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been running Olivia for almost 2 years. In 2 weeks, it's our second year anniversary. And
Uh,
so over time, we've learned, it's experience really. Time teaches us a lot of
mhm.
things. And so I think we've gotten to a point where we're comfortable with our process and how we pair. Of course, there's always going to be something else that we learn. But I'm glad that you're seeing the benefits of how we're handling the pairing process, and strategically even like trying to think about who is the best person for you to interview, so that we don't spend a lot of time interviewing those that may not match to your current needs, basically. In terms of the impact, what has been the most valuable impact of having a VA or a virtual assistant on your team?
2 weeks ago, I was at Coachella for a whole entire week.
Nice. That's in
And
Palm
then
Springs, see?
yeah. And
Nice.
this week I was in Mexico, and next week I will be in Orlando. So the impact is freedom, which doesn't matter how much money they pay me to do this job. Without the freedom to be able to do things and not be on my phone, staffing is life-changing for me. And I can't even thank you guys enough. And I can't thank Roxy enough for giving me that freedom. Yeah, the impact is freedom for all of us. The three of us went to Mexico over the past week. And then 2 weeks ago, we were all at Coachella. I was
That's
golfing in the
amazing.
morning and attending a festival. And, only one supervisor was left at the office working with Roxy. And that speaks volumes because, look, when you're at a festival, you don't get a good signal. and you're not going there sober. So attending a phone and watching out for call-offs is really
Yeah.
not in the agenda.
No.
But yeah, the impact would be freedom for me. I,
Yeah.
leaving and having the peace of mind that things will get taken care of it's priceless.
I think I can like relate with you when, and I'm sure when you started the business, you did it, you like a lot of people, especially for me, and I'm sure for you too, is when you started the business, you weren't thinking about, you wanted freedom, right? That's why you started business. You didn't want to be tied to like a 9 to 5. And so realizing this later on and having the company run actually without you is such a blessing. And I'm so happy to hear that you are enjoying that, and that our virtual assistants, they're part of your team, and that you're able to rely on them. So I thank you so much for sharing that with me today.
Of course, because I deserve it.
Yes, of course. Why not? No, I mean, it pains me sometimes because a lot of business owners, especially in home care is not easy. I don't know if I were to start all over again. I don't know if I would go, you know what I mean? Like I'd have
Confidence.
the confidence to start a brand new home care business in an unknown territory. Because it's,
Au contraire, I feel like I
yeah.
want to start 5 or 10
Oh my
because of
God.
because of the VAs.
Yeah,
I think like I can run much more smoother and more efficient with the VAs.
because of,
And I've
yeah.
never felt that confidence until now.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
thank
amazing.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
when I personally become a millionaire, it's because of Olivia.
Well, I hope that we're there to celebrate with you.
We'll go to
Your,
Mexico.
yes, let's go. That's amazing. Okay, so was there any surprise that you find when you started working with a Filipino virtual assistant?
Absolutely. Actually, was super surprised about their ability to speak and comprehend the way they do. Look, I can't get a VA job. I speak Spanish, but I can't get a VA job speaking Spanish, right? And so their ability to adapt, to learn, to embrace everything that I fed them or I had given them, it's shocking to me because the American culture, we're a little spoiled. We're
Mm-hmm.
a little entitled. And I've just never worked with someone of the culture of humility and being humble and being able to say, yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll learn it. Yes, I'll actually, show you. Yes, I'll teach you. Coming from them,
Yeah.
that was shocking to me because here I find it, I'm always on pins and needles. I'm always walking on eggshells, not to hurt someone's feelings. And because, there's Department of Labor, there's
Yes.
the DEI, there's all of these things here. And I always open my conversation with the VA like, look, I'm not a typical person. I speak my mind. I'm very direct. But if you get the message, not the tone, you'll do very well with me. I'm very direct. So I just tell them, like, I will not get what I want unless I tell you what I want. So please bear with me. And their ability to adapt to that mentality is the key. The shocking part was my expectations of them not being able to do that because Filipinos are shy, they're just so courteous to the point of their own detriment. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't wake up trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I want you to know I'm running a business and this is my company. And
Mm-hmm.
so, we're gonna get to a middle point, but you're not training to be a scheduler. You're not training to be a recruiter. You're training to be a leader because after you're going to be training someone. You're going to be leading someone to do your job because our goal here is to elevate everyone, not just
Mm-hmm.
myself, not just so I can open up other businesses, but I want them to join that journey with me. Like I want Roxy, I'm putting her in leadership training because I'm like,
That's
look, you're
amazing.
such a great scheduler. but I see a lot more in you and I know you're going to do more. So I said, you're in boss training because you're going to be the one that's training all the other VAs that's going to be coming along when we open up our other branches.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what's surprising is that, when you really tell them that you believe in them so they can believe in themselves, that shyness is gone.
Yeah.
And I can't be any more happy to see them succeed.
I think that, I figured out a lot of people's love language is hearing, like the words. So just you really verbalizing your appreciation and letting them know that, hey, you have a path here means so much to them. And they feel more encouraged to do their job well and to do more and just go above and beyond. I find that as a key. So they don't treat, like sometimes it's just a job for them, for some people. But if you include them sort of like, you're part of my team and your whatever success we have, you reap that success as well. They're gonna be so loyal to you.
I hope so.
Yeah, because they belong and they're happy with you. Why look somewhere else?
Yeah.
So, and I really find that as a key because I do have some of my virtuals from my home care agency that I've worked with for years already. They've elevated from a scheduler to actually one is it's Michelle, who is my operations manager for Olivia. Isn't it amazing?
Wow. That's awesome.
Super amazing. And I saw that talent. Sometimes if you just look, you'll see that, hey, there's that leadership potential in this individual. And so cultivate that. They really do very, very well.
Yeah, I think you have to really, acknowledge and see that talent, curate it and cultivate it, and you'll reap what you sow.
Yeah. And most Filipinos, just the culture is they're very loyal for as long as they're happy. They're happy with what they're doing. Loyalty is there. So that's good for, a lot of business owners.
Yeah.
So I guess my last question, Marquita, would be, would you care to share any memorable moments or experiences with your VA that sort of stand out?
Well, Roxy stands out every day. Johnny or one of the supervisors would say, man, Roxy is doing such a great job. So it's just a normal thing for her to excel beyond what she did yesterday. But the aha moment was so after her training, maybe 2 weeks after Roxy's 90-day training ended, she's like, hey, I don't know how to do this. And so what I realized was, training doesn't end after the 90 days. And so I told her, hey, every Tuesday, we're going to talk about access care. We're going to talk about, how you could improve and, the tips and tricks. So we call it Tuesday Tips and Tricks. So she and I would have an hour and we'll just talk about the things that I would usually do. And so I taught her how to do the caregiver shuffle. And the caregiver shuffle is if you have an open shift and you're trying to fill it, you don't just look at the available caregivers. You can look at caregivers that are already working, plug somebody else in there, and then give them to the open visit, right? So it's a little bit complicated. Imagine after 14 weeks, and I taught Roxy that. She did it on her own and we're like, boom. Like, wow. I don't understand how she was able to do that. But just like listening and, actually asking questions like, hey, can I do this? I said, Roxy, imagine the day that you don't have to ask it because you'll be the boss of this and you will get to tell people that you're doing this without asking for permission. Even just telling her that grants her the authority to make the change that she needed to change, and she took it. She didn't ask for permission. She did it. And I'm just so, so proud of her. So that is Roxy. We're proud of her every day. But Clint is, I've been telling Ella this. I'm like, I don't want to talk about Clint because I don't want you stealing him. I don't want you stealing him away. He is so good with technology. My mind is blown as to what this man can do. So the way I work with people is I want to challenge you. I want you to show
Yeah.
me what you have and what you can do. And so I would tell him, this is a problem, give me a solution. And Clint would always not only provide the solution, but he would give me samples of how he would implement it.
Wow.
Johnny is now the biggest fan and he's trying to steal him from recruiting. Because so for a man to connect with another man and actually recognize their talent is just mind-blowing to us, especially coming from a VA.
Right.
Because I've always told them, like, look, you have your own mind. I want you to, make sure that you're fostering your own thoughts because no one will do a better job than you if you believe in something. And Clint really embraced that. And he's a star. And don't ever take him away from us. Otherwise, you're like, I have many more Clints.
Oh, I'm so glad that Clint is really able to help you out. A lot of Filipinos are very techy, which for us, like we don't have patience to learn something new, right?
Yeah.
Just show us how to do it.
Yeah. Just do it for me.
Or exactly. Yeah. So that in itself is a gem. I don't have to learn it. Just do it.
Exactly. I don't have the time. That's why you're here.
Exactly. This is probably going to sound like a plug, but what would you tell another home care agency owner who's considering hiring a VA, but they're on the fence?
I have been talking about Olivia and how you guys have changed my life. I'm like, you watch your hub staff constantly. I'm like, I don't have to do that. Your VAs run out of electricity.
Brownout.
Your VAs are gone half the time because of brownout. They call off whenever they want. Some call off anytime they want. His VAs. But I said, my VAs have perfect attendance, okay? And I don't know what Olivia does, but even when there's a blackout or brownout, they don't go offline. Like Roxy has yet to ever be offline, and don't tell my VAs, but I've never logged in. I don't even know how to log into Hubstaff. I don't. Number one, because I trust them. But number two, I trusted Olivia. The reason why I love Olivia is because I have this backup of not having to supervise my VAs. Like, just do your work, right? You guys take care of, you got to show up. I don't have to demand that. All I have to do is treat them right so that way they can do right by me. You guys can do the rest.
Of course. And it goes both ways. We treat them well and they treat us well. Yeah. Well, it's been an amazing, amazing time, Marquita. I am so glad that we got to do this. And I really feel very honored. You've had like really great experience with your virtual assistants. Part of the mission of Olivia is not just helping home care agency owners here in the US, but also really the big thing is that we are helping a lot of people that don't have that kind of opportunity in the Philippines, because there's so many talents there, and if given the right opportunity, they'll do very well and they'll serve the companies and the clients as well. So I appreciate you for choosing Olivia. We are here as always for any questions, concerns. Running a company, of course, there's always going to be something that will come up. Maybe not now and maybe in the future, but there's nothing that we cannot fix. So again, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you being kind to us and giving us the best VAs.
Thank you so much.
All right, Kat. Thanks a lot.
This
Have a great
wonderful day. Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.